In the heart of the Andromeda Galaxy, the Xylaran Empire had long ruled with an iron grip. Their conquests stretched across star systems, and their reputation for invincibility was legendary. When the Xylarans first encountered the Federation of Terran Worlds, they did so with derision and scorn. Humanity, after all, was just a fledgling species on a backwater planet, incapable of challenging the established order of the galaxy. The Xylarans dismissed Earth as insignificant, and their leaders, haughty and imperious, relished the opportunity to belittle the Terran representatives who had come to negotiate. The Terrans were seen as naive, their technology outdated, and their military might laughable. The Xylarans even amused themselves by showcasing their advanced weaponry and starships, a display that was meant to intimidate rather than impress. But humanity, ever resourceful and determined, saw the dismissal as a challenge. They understood that the Xylarans would never take them seriously until they proved their worth. So the Terran Council, led by the brilliant strategist Admiral Sarah Collins, hatched a bold plan. They would seek an alliance with one of the Xylarans' long-standing adversaries, the Plorans. The Plorans were a fierce and reclusive species who had fought numerous wars with the Xylarans over millennia. Their technology was impressive, but their isolationist policies had left them vulnerable to the Xylaran Empire's relentless aggression. By offering to ally with the Plorans, the Terrans hoped to turn the tide of power and show the galaxy that they were not to be underestimated. The first meeting between Admiral Collins and the Ploran High Command was tense. The Plorans were skeptical of the Terrans' promises and wary of their intentions. However, Collins, with her sharp acumen and unwavering confidence, managed to convince them of humanity's sincerity. The Terrans offered not just military support, but also shared their advanced technology and strategies, which impressed the Plorans. As the alliance between the Terrans and Plorans took shape, the Xylarans watched with growing annoyance. They scoffed at the notion that a species they considered inferior could disrupt their dominance. The Xylarans continued their belittling remarks, even going so far as to publicly mock the newly formed alliance. Then came the day when the Xylarans would face the full force of the human-Ploran alliance. It began with a surprise attack on one of the Xylarans' key outposts. The Xylaran defenses, initially thought impenetrable, were breached with remarkable efficiency. The Ploran warships, armed with new Terran technology, struck with precision, while the Terran fleets, bolstered by advanced Ploran firepower, overwhelmed the Xylaran forces. The Xylarans were stunned. Their once unassailable defenses were crumbling, and their military might was being challenged like never before. The once derisive laughter of the Xylaran High Command turned to stunned silence. They scrambled to respond, but the Terran-Ploran alliance was relentless, their combined might proving more than a match for the Xylaran forces. As the battle raged on, the Xylarans were forced to acknowledge the unforeseen strength of their adversaries. The humiliation of their defeat was palpable, and the Xylaran leaders were forced to face the reality that the humans and their new allies were a force to be reckoned with. The Terrans, who had been dismissed as insignificant, had become key players in the galactic power struggle. In the aftermath, the Xylarans were compelled to enter into negotiations with the new alliance. The once dismissive tone of the Xylaran representatives was replaced with a begrudging respect. The negotiations were tense, but the Xylarans were now acutely aware of the Terrans' capabilities and the value of their alliance with the Plorans. The victory of the Terran-Ploran alliance sent ripples through the galaxy. It was no longer just a story of human ambition and Ploran resilience, but a testament to the power of unity against overwhelming odds. The Xylaran Empire, once the unquestioned ruler of Andromeda, had been humbled by a force they had once derided. In the end, the Xylarans learned a valuable lesson. The galaxy was not a static place where old power structures remained unchallenged. The rise of new alliances, the merging of strengths, and the unyielding spirit of humanity had reshaped the balance of power. The Terrans and their Ploran allies stood as a beacon of hope, proving that even the most dismissive adversaries could be surprised by the indomitable spirit of those they once deemed insignificant. The story of their alliance became a legendary tale, a reminder to all that respect and cooperation could achieve what sheer might alone could not. And as the Xylarans grudgingly accepted their new place in the galaxy, the Terran-Ploran alliance continued to grow stronger, united by the shared goal of ensuring peace and balance in their corner of the cosmos.